highest concentration of scientists, researchers, and experts. We believe that UP has the capacity, the expertise to provide strategic, focused, and high-impact immediate and long-term assistance in times of disaster.
This is the first time that the University of the Philippines, as a system, is getting involved in disaster management. Republic Act 9500, which is the charter of UP, mandates that UP is a public service university that should provide assistance to government, to local governments, to communities that need help. Number two, because UP has the expertise to assist local governments in times of disaster. And number three, we have alumni all over the place who can support and has the capability to provide immediate assistance.
We have consulted with our political leaders from the region, particularly Senator Coco Pimentel, who is an alumnus of UP and who's the one spearheading relief efforts in the Senate. On the basis of that consultation and our own assessment, we decided to assist Iligan City, which we believe has been getting less assistance and less attention.
Sakay na kayo!
Meron ba na bibilin nyo at inyo na. Hindi na gagamitin pa. Ginawa namin yan before.
Ano bang steps na dapat gawin? Kung may dead bodies, lahat na mass casualties, how do we handle it? Yun yung steps.
Doon sa morgue mismo.
I think, sir, ang ano nila is yung local health executives na lang dito. Ang target nila. Yung parang orientation.
Yeah, and the NGOs, also, because there's a lot of information asymmetry happening. Yung NGOs, pag nagtanong yung community sa kanila, ano ba dapat ang gawin, ano ba dapat ang treatment, they couldn't answer it either because they don't know.
Yung pong volunteerism namin, even as early as day was, we will go there and we will abide by whatever protocol na ginagawa po ninyo para
lang makatulong. Sa DOH kanina para kung may time kayo tomorrow morning, pag-usap-usap tayo kung anong gagawin natin.
How many bodies are we agreeing to process?
Hindi process. To train with is the right.
Ilan?
Yung 7 daw matatapos.
7 na lang ang naiwan ko. Ewan ko kung may darating ngayon, pero may 7 na naiwan. Pero may dilibig kami 30 plus.
Hindi kasi kung magsi-7 pa kayo bukas, bandit pa kami bukas, so we have to wait for you to finish the 7.
No.
May finish na lang.
We work on what they finished.
Oh, yung tapos nila.
Yes.
Kaya nga,
so kung kayo na lang pwede yung...
Yeah, we don't impede their 7. We work on what they're finished.
After processing po, kukuha na kami ng mga specimen.
Yan yun na nga, kaya na paano tayo a-assess. So kung sila na ganyan, export na tayo ng export.
Kasi ang concern namin, pag after this, saan pupunta yung mga tao eh.
We can assist kahit babasahin lang yung ICMP report. We're so willing to say, sige, kami mag-i-explain din sa ibang tao kung ano itong mga numero na to, bakit nag-match sa tatay niya at hindi nag-match sa tatay mo. The explanation part, we can be helping NBI.
We got the military, we got one of the trucks. We even had 13 soldiers to call in our meds and our stuff. We had 2 emergency physicians, we had 2 pediatricians, 2 psychiatrists, 1 family physician, 1 emergency medical technologist, again versed in disaster, 1 nurse. Our coordinator is a dentist. With our alumni in the area, we even had 1 anesthesiologist, an OBGYN, and 1 urologist.
Ang abot na dito, Dok, yung baha.
Dilaan is about an hour from city proper. It has a population of about 5,000, but that was from 2007 statistics nila. It's probably more. It's not the hardest hit barangay because when we interviewed the barangay chairman, he only reported 28 deaths and 27 missing. Pero sabi niya, Doctor, of course, that's not confirmed. We still have to make our counts. 1,440 consultations. Most were upper respiratory tract infections and GI disorders, which were probably as a consequence of the floods and the rains.
Ay, kayo naman! Ayan.
Salamat.
But we also detected a lot of chronic problems, pulmonary tuberculosis and a lot of malnutrition in the children. So, pati yung ages nga ng children, mali laging estimate namin. Because they're very light for their ages. We had one overt patient who manifested leptospirosis, who did not want to go to the hospital. Ang feeling nga namin that patient might be dead by now. We also saw a lot of post-traumatic stress disorders as a consequence of those who died. We had a lot of orphans for that matter. There's a potential need for CSWD intervention for the children who are orphaned. For medicines and medical needs, the more immediate were the ones you gave us, actually. That's about 150,000 pesos worth. Senator Deron and Osmeña and ex-Senator Flavier, who still had money there, all gave guarantee letters of 50,000 each. Ito po yung ginamit namin for more specific meds, but we prioritize now antibiotics po at for the usual entities.
So what we were able to do was to simply come up with an impromptu training course. And we had a good crowd of medical students, dentists, municipal health officers, and other people, because the idea is to empower the locals. You need not wait for experts from Manila. You can do a lot, especially during the first phase of the disaster. What if you end up with a body, his body without hands and fingers anymore? And we actually saw that in two of the bodies that we were allowed to examine. There's a lot of physical trauma on the bodies. As a forensic pathologist, I would be interested also in the pattern of injuries of this case.
Walang ulo, walang walang skull, walang ipit.
One issue is, did they die of drowning? The other is, in which case you will hardly actually see physical damage on the bodies. But the other is, was there also blunt trauma? And also, you'll have to consider, baka naman patay na yung tao and yet natamaan pa ng mga halimbawa mga debris. As far as the dead are concerned, they may be dead, but you know, they impact on the living as well. People who are missing their kin need closure, and best thing to do would be to properly identify the dead, to match the dead with the missing. Those who are doing the recovery must be supervised. It's not as simple as seeing a body and then picking it up. Actually, we have to document. Think of these locations, these scenes as crime scenes. These bodies must be documented as to where they were found. If you put in the information of where these bodies are found together with the flow of the water, where did these people come from, then you have an idea that this body, a few kilometers from this community, must have come from the houses that are now missing.
The first thing that we asked from the LGU was a topographic map. Actually, we asked them if they had a high resolution topographic map. And the reason why we wanted to get hold of one was for us to be able to simulate floods. And the reason why that high resolution topographic map is good is is because the planning in the future will be more on a local scale, on a local level. Because if we have regional scale hazard maps, that's practically of no use. What we need to have are geohazard maps, flood maps in particular, that can be used on a barangay level. What we need is to get the local officials to bring these geohazard maps to the barangay level and get everyone educated or knowledgeable about the hazards in their area. Not only for the floods, but also on the other geohazards. The devastation was really extreme. I'm used to looking at the effects of disasters, and we've never cried. I was looking at the lens, taking pictures, and I can't hold back my tears. Is it really true that there are only 1,500 dead bodies? I don't think so, because entire subdivisions were wiped out at 11 o'clock. The floods came in, and the houses, entire blocks were taken out. The flash floods were very brief, 5 minutes, and I don't know how the people would be able to escape from that kind of event.
In general, evacuation sites are meant to be temporary, and that is also a perceived need of the people here. They were looking for permanent shelters, empowering people in the site, and that reminders of disaster should be cleaned up. Nung nandun po kami, maraming mga nakakalat pa na ilang mga troso, mga nakakalat pa na mga basura galing sa mga nasalantang bahay. Itong mga to remind people of what happened, and thus the need to clean this up right away so that they could start moving on or looking at more positive things.
Nagpapasalamat muli sa UP dahil ang UP ay magko-co-host ng aking pinaplanong summit to be held in Mindanao on Mindanao's vulnerabilities as well as preparedness to meet the future calamities. Ito po'y gagawin ko February 10 and 11 in Mindanao, and UP has agreed to co-host by providing me with the experts who will talk on the various subject matters to be taken up in the summit.